Hello, this is another dungeon I'm going to do. This is another Maraudon one. This is in fact Earthsong Falls, there we go. Now this is the third and final wing of Maraudon. I'm doing them out of order because, you know, that's what happens when you do Dungeon Finder. So yeah, this is the last part of the dungeon. Now you notice there, just to the behind me is a boss, and no one ever does that, so just go down the waterfall, just don't worry about it. I don't think it drops anything particularly interesting anyway. Now what I wanted to mention is I think I might have been talking out of my ass the last dungeon, because I'm not sure whether Maraudon was a whole dungeon in the original World of Warcraft or not. I honestly don't know. So don't quote me on that, you know. And I'm looking here, I'm like, can I skip this Hydra? Can I do it? No, I can't. So I just taunt it over because someone pulled it, and just try and do as much damage as I can. Extended armor just to do a lot of threat to make sure it doesn't get off me. I'm looking around here, I'm noticing that these guys look like they want to pick a fight, so I'm like, get in there quickly. Lovely jubbly. So basically, charge, rend, thunderclap, cleave. Boom! And they're stuck to you pretty nicely for the time being anyway. The only thing you got to worry about and take notice is they throw you back like so. So just charge back if you want, or just make your way back. It's not a big deal. If you really want to be clever, you could like do a heroic throw or something as you're flying off, just to keep dealing threat. But you've probably got built up a decent amount of threat by then anyway. So no worries. I would imagine this dungeon was pretty nice back in the day. It's quite a nice little. It's pretty anyway. Perhaps not by today's standard. Texture work is a bit garish, but it's fine. It's fine. It's pleasant enough. Now you notice what I did here. I charged in, and I backed up a bit, so everything was in front of me. And that's something I've really got to practice doing, because you can't block or parry. Or I don't think you can even dodge either if something's attacking you from the back. So you basically get so much more damage if you're facing away from things, basically. So it's always good to try and position everything in front of you in a cone, if you can, because then you can block everything, you can parry everything, you can dodge everything, and it's great. It's groovy stuff. Just try and be aware of that. I mean, oftentimes all you need to do is just use S just to back up a bit, and they'll kind of funnel in front of you. So yeah, it's good practice. Good practice. There's only really two bosses in this one. There is, I think he's called Landslide, which is like a big mountain giant. There's a few interesting things to say about that, but on the whole, he's okay. He's fine. And the last one is Princess Thoradras. She's an ugly one. Goodness me. I mean, I don't usually like saying that, but she's got like 3 faces. Who has 3 faces? Who needs 3 faces? It's ridiculous. So I'm quite happy just to slap her in each of her faces. No worries. I get a little bit confused here because it's been a while since I've done these dungeons. Actually, the last time I did them was probably on my Paladin, which I got up to like level 41, and then kind of stopped playing that and started a warrior just because. So I'm like, oh, where to go? Oh, up here. Okay, follow the druid. No sweat. As a tank, I don't really have any preference for who heals me. I'm not sure. I think each of the healing classes they're pretty decent. The only thing I do have a little bit of worry about is paladins. I don't know if they've changed it now, but they used to be quite immobile, as opposed to the druid. You know, just run, slap some damage or healing over times on you. Paladins, I don't know if they've changed it, but they used to be quite. I don't know, because they had to stay still a lot to cast all the heals and stuff like that. I don't know how much they've got now. I think I'm actually look into that. Perhaps Will could do something as well on paladin healing. Yeah, so these guys, these giant mountain things, these primordial behemoths. Goodness me, they pretty much don't do anything. They've just got a lot of health. So they throw these rocks, and that's about it. Bless them. This boulder here, yeah. Lovely jubbly. So just throw rocks at random people, deal damage, nothing the healer can't handle. go down fairly easy. Up here you're probably likely to take 2 on at one time. You can take them individually, but they don't do that much damage, so I tend to just take them both. Just try and be wary. Just try and keep them in front of you. Zooming out there, just so you can get a good look at them. Look at them. Oh. Stomping around. Looking at that, it looks like a very unfair fight. But no, they go down lovely. They go down lovely there. Fantastic. And around this corner, this is where the first boss is of this dungeon. There's another optional boss as well in the water after Princess Theradras, but not many people will stick around to do that. You can do that if you want, but it's obviously optional, so don't have to worry about that. So yeah, this is Landslide. He's another big mountain giant. I think the most notable thing he does is he stuns everyone and adds fall from the top there. There's another knockback there as well, but that's not too bad to deal with. He'll follow anyone who's got the most threat, and hopefully that's the tank. So this is Landslide. So everyone's stunned and they're taking damage, and also adds spawn as well. So nothing too bad to worry about here. Just make sure you do a thunderclap and get everything on you, because you don't want ads just wandering around everyone. So no sweat, no sweat. And he goes down quite easily. DPS is quite decent in this group. There's a fair amount of damage going about, so got no troubles on the bosses. There you go. Oh, yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Beautiful. So yeah, so I finally got a helm. That's nice. I think I had a DPS helm before this one, and this is more tanking. So yeah, he's well worth taking down if you can, because he drops some nice loot. Yeah, it's got dodge on it, so that's going to be a tanking helm. That I would probably think. I think parry is probably a bit more important than dodge, personally, because a lot of talents revolve around parrying. So I'd probably go for parrying rather than dodge. On my druid, I love dodge because, again, a lot of their talents revolve around dodging. Like, you get rage if you dodge and stuff like that. So yeah, so parry and block I tend to look for as a warrior. Charge in, rend, thunderclap, just trying to sidestep a bit to get them all in front of me. There we go. They're all in front, lovely jubbly. That's probably something that will come with practice, just moving around and pressing the keys at the same time. If you can, always use the hotkeys where you can. I mean, I personally, I don't use them for everything, but I'm trying to. Like if there's a cooldown or something, that I can just stick on a hotbar and I'll just click it when I need it. But pretty much everything else, I use hotkeys. So just get used to that. I mean, if your left hand's resting on the keyboard, it kind of naturally fits like 1, 2, 3, 4 and stuff like that. And I don't know about you, but like I can put my thumb on Alt quite easily and just, you know, press Alt 3 and stuff for other hotkeys, which is why I've got that set up. Just feels nice. Just feels nice. I think that probably stems from when I did healing with grid and click. I would kind of do it so I'd have Alt left click, Shift click, Alt Shift and click. So I'm kind of used to positioning my little finger on Shift and my thumb on Alt. Nah, that's just what you're used to, isn't it? Just what you're used to. So yeah, nothing different here. You might have spotted some elementals, earth elementals wandering around. They're nothing to worry about either. Like when you kill them, they break up into smaller elementals which aren't elite, so they don't do much damage. Just if you're worried about them, just do a thunderclap, just to get them to you as soon as he dies. Make sure you've got one saved up, and you just follow this path to the end boss. She's quite tricky actually. She's probably one of the hardest bosses so far. If you're not careful, it can be really tricky. So I'm just going to take a sip of water. Oh, so good, so good. So yeah, this elemental just wanders around this path, so you're going to come to him eventually. I do notice an ad wandering off that way, and I'm not too concerned because it's non-elite and it's probably going to die really quickly, honestly. the amount of DPS we've got in this group, it's not too bad, so it's going to go down quickly. So yeah, I saved a thunderclap there. I did it, hit it as soon as he died, just to get everything on me. Because yeah, okay, fair enough. 1, it's fine to be wandering around in your group, but 3 it gets a bit messy because the DPS, they probably won't target down specific ones, so they'll be running everywhere. So yeah. No sweat, no sweat. So yeah, they go down quite nicely there. Right, this beast, Princess Theradras. Okay, she can be very tricky if you're not careful. So standard here, just charging in, starting off with a rend, and she's tricky for several reasons. 1, because she does an aggro wipe, so you have to get aggro again. I'll show you when that happens. And she pushes you back and stuns you. It's just a bit nasty. Also fears as well, goodness me. So you notice there, she feared everyone and it wiped my aggro. So I'm going to have to try and get her back again before she kills everyone. So I'm trying to taunt here, but she's in the middle of doing something, so I'm taunting as fast as I can. I'm charging in, trying to get that threat up again, and I finally got it. You've really got to just spam shield slam, sunder armor, anything that deals a lot of threat. And she's also orange to me, so she's, you know, she's harder to hit. She does a really annoying ability that pushes you back constantly, and also wipes your aggro. So you've really got to be on the ball here. As soon as you lose aggro, just try and taunt her again, and if she's pushing you back, just try and charge into her again. Shield slam, do whatever you can. She's immune to stuns, I think, so that doesn't work. Which is another annoying little thing. Boom, boom, boom. She eventually goes down. So it's a lot of things to think about in that fight. It's pretty tricky. You got to be on your toes a bit. But it goes down eventually. Anyway, that is Maraudon, the last wing there. Let me know what you think. Any comments, any things you noticed that I should have done right there, or done wrong, just let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah.